Good morning, evening, afternoon, what have you. Welcome back to Arcade Spirits. Or Arcade Spirits. Sorry, Arcane Spirits are different things.
Like me, I'm one of them.
Ooh. I'm Fatal Foxtrot.
Hi, I'm Oa.
And where we last left off in this game, our character's worst nightmare happened, even though they don't know it yet. A birthday party with 5-year-olds that we were not given time to prepare for because Francine's old lady ass fucking forgot to tell us.
Yeah.
And until the last minute. No, I don't think she forgot. I think she did that on purpose to test you. Like, to see, like, how, like, she's gonna throw you in the deep end right on your first day.
Yeah.
She probably was gonna tell everyone when you first got there, and then we're like, wait, this is too good.
Or, like, I don't know, she could have just been like, well, I booked this party, but also I know it stresses my staff out, so maybe if I don't say anything till the last minute, they won't focus on it all day. Which is
which they should have been doing, because we need to prepare. Like Ashley would have time to, like...
She pulled a me where she's, like, more worried about their feelings than the function of how things work.
Yeah, like, it would have been better to tell them ahead of time, because then they could have prepared. But anyway, so we're, like, panicking, and we can only do... We get the impression from earlier that we can only choose a couple of these things, so we're not going to be able to do them all. We got 2 kids fighting over a box of cupcakes near Naomi and Ashley. We got an angry adult shouting at a kid near Teo and Queen Bee, and we got a little girl crying over her stolen tickets near Percy and Gavin. Now, I think the first thing we should do is the angry adult shouting at a kid near Teo and Queen Bee, because I don't like when adults shout at their kids, even in their own kids. Like, let alone somebody else's kid. Like, fuck you. So we're gonna go handle that one first.
Yeah.
The sounds of hardship call to me from Fast Cars 5 racing games. Shouting adults and crying children are never particularly good signs, and I hope beyond hope that I can take this on. I shake the discomfort off. Now's not the time to doubt myself. I need to find out what's going on. Stat. As I get closer to the revving of engines and the clacking of shifting gears, I see a grown woman berate a cowering boy.
I did it. Admit it. I know what you did, you brat. You manipulated my precious son to put his tokens in your game. You should be ashamed of yourself.
This bitch. I'm sorry.
Children like you are the absolute worst. You're garbage.
Can we shoot this bitch? Fuck you.
She's such a Karen.
Ma'am, keep your voice down. There's no need to shout at a child, no less. What's going on here?
This jerk of a boy told my sweetest beyond sweet Josh that he should put his own tokens into the racing machine so he could play it for free. Josh earned those tokens from his allowance, and I won't let some devil child steal his money.
Well, let's just take a moment to calm down, okay? Before I can say anything else, I spot Queen Bee and Teo out of the corner of my eye. Queen Bee looks infuriated, and Teo has buried his face in his hand. Actually, now that I stop and think about it, they might have some insight. The racing games are right next to the Showtime stage, so Teo probably had a good vantage point of the whole thing if he was dancing on the stage. And just by the way Queen Bee's brows are furrowed, I could tell something is not sitting right with her. I could ask one of them for their help, or I could try to solve this one by myself.
I want to get Queen Bee in on the situation.
She's pissed.
Yeah.
So she saw everything. I want to see what she does. Plus, we need somebody with a strong enough personality to out Karen this bitch.
It's Queen Bee.
It's gotta be Queen Bee for sure. Teo will cry or something. Since Queen Bee has been consumed by rage, I bet she knows what's really going on here. I wave her over to join us. I attempt to reach out to her for guidance. Ma'am, I know you're upset right now, but I think that lady is fucking no good piece of shit. Oh my god.
That lady is a no good fucking piece of shit.
You're Queen Bee? I couldn't remember who the Queen Bee was. Okay. Nope. Not helping. This is in fact the furthest away from helping I could ever envision. The kid runs away to avoid the loud people as I tried at best to defuse the situation.
That boy did nothing wrong. Nothing. Excuse me?
Oh, shit, you're both. Pardon?
How dare you?
There's no way I'm gonna get a word in between these two. I sighed and resigned myself to watching it play out.
How dare I? How fucking dare you for you yelling at a goddamn kid? I don't care what he did, what you claim he did or not. You've got no right to traumatize him over it. He's a thief, and he'll grow up to be a no-good criminal. That doesn't fucking matter. Do you honestly think, take a single fucking second of your life and really fucking think about this? That shouting at a child is an effective way to handle this? You can't tell me how I should act.
Yes, I can.
Who do you think you are? I am the nemesis of evildoers, bitch. Righter of wrongs. The rising star of L7 Gaming.
Queen Bee poses in her trademark pose.
No one can defeat me.
Uh,
Queen Bee.
I am the one and only Queen Bee. You know what that stands for? Top bitch. Cunt. And the name of the funplex? I'll punish you. And in the
Oh no.
Well, I never. In all my years. You're far worse than an impudent child. Josh, we're leaving this horrible arcade. Right now.
Well, that's one way to handle that. The woman scoops up her child and storms out the front door. I don't think we'll see her son anymore, and frankly, I'm okay with that. Once they're gone, Queen Bee turns her attention back to me.
Come on.
Oh, people like that really fucking piss me off. My blood is boiling.
Oh, hey.
Thanks for the backup.
You're welcome. I really didn't do much of anything.
Yeah, well, I knew you had my back, kid. I can sense that you're like me. I can't stand to see people get screamed at.
Unless I'm doing it.
It sucks, you know?
Queen Bee's whole aura changed from her normal upbeat snark to being completely down in the dumps. This is a side of her I haven't seen yet. She just looks so sad.
I want to ask her if she's doing okay.
Yeah, of course. I know it's really none of my business, but I feel I should ask about this. Looks like the incident hit her hard. Hey, is everything alright? It's okay, you can tell me. She pauses for a second before her normal smile creeps back on her lips.
Seriously? I'll be fine. I just don't like seeing adults treat kids like their future's nothing, like they'll be worthless stains on society. I had a lot of people tell me I could never be a professional gamer and I should quit daydreaming. And I say, fuck those people. Don't let anyone tell you who you are.
Hey.
But hey, thanks for asking. I appreciate it, kid. Okay, show's over. You can go check on that boy.
The boy! I totally forgot. You're right.
I always am. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to try to squeeze in a few more matches before quitting time.
Later.
I'm out, kid.
Queen Bee takes one more moment to triangulate the safest path back to the fist of discomfort through a sea of children. After poking around a bit, I managed to find the kid, still shaken up from the whole ordeal. Hey, sorry about that. Are you gonna be okay? I think so. I swear I didn't do anything. The other kid, he just came up out of nowhere and dropped his tokens in my slot. After I lost, I got off the game and offered it to him, but he just ran away. And then that woman approached you and started yelling. The boy nods, wiping his snotty nose on his shirt. Uh-huh. Well, if it's any consolation, the bad lady is gone. And I don't think she's going to ever come back. Especially after the way Queen Bee burned her. The boy, whose cheeks are still streaked with tears, lets a smile spread on his face.
Thank you.
Thank you. And tell the other lady thanks for sticking up for me, too. I nod and the boy scurries off and rejoins some of his other friends. Right, that's sorted out. But the other two situations are about to spin out of control and I've only got time to deal with one of them. Which one?
Should we rock, paper, scissors?
Okay, sure. It's rock, paper, scissors, shoot. So, 1, 2, 3, go. And, I'll be Naomi and Ashley, you be Percy and Gavin.
Alright, ready?
So, yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Alright, so
Okay.
Naomi and Ashley, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. And Gavin can take care of himself.
Oh, who are we gonna help? Because it's
We don't
gonna
know
make
yet.
us
We
choose
don't know
between-
yet. We'll find out. Spoilers. I can smell disaster on the wind, and it smells sweet. As in, I could smell that box of birthday cupcakes one of the parents left near the ticket desk, with kids swarming around it, scavenging for their favorite icing colors. At first, my inner child is merely offended that someone thought one of those icing-blobbed cupcake cakes was superior to actual birthday cake. But there are clearly larger issues at stake than that.
I want a chocolate. Don't take all the chocolates.
I want 2 cupcakes. Give me 2 cupcakes.
No fair. Everybody gets one, and mine's gotta be chocolate.
Of course, the kid at the front grabs the last one.
Keepers, losers, sweepers.
The parents aren't paying attention. They're too busy complaining about their jobs and the weather and the PTA and shit like that. Meaning, when the first cupcake is thrown, nobody is there to stop it.
Ah, stop it, stop it.
I want a chocolate.
As blobby wads of icing and sponge cake go flying, I glance over to coin-op games, which are about to get caught in a crossfire. Naomi, who's busy trying to unjam a joystick one of the kids waggled too hard, looks up to see the cupcake onslaught coming her way. As does Ashley, whose fuzzy costume is nice and inviting target for flying confectionery. Act fast, Bree. I want to say, if you try to say both spoilers, you say neither of them and they both get screwed.
What do you want to say?
I want to save Ashley.
Okay.
That costume is going to be way more difficult to clean than Naomi's game. Naomi could clean her fucking game.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, let's save Ashley.
Oh, yeah. Because Ashley can't even dry clean that. That's feathers.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fix that. So, we're going to save Ashley's costume. So, quickly, I hurl myself into the action. Get down, Miss Ashley! Pop, 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 pop. Numbness sets in as... yeah. Numbness sets in as multiple rounds of frosting-coated mortar fire impact against my body. When I finally hit the ground, my clothes are totally ruined. But alas, my noble self-sacrifice could not save them both. No, the game! Oh, I'm Naomi. No, the game! The joust she was working on with me this morning got its controls splattered with icing, including sugary slime dumped right into the exposed joystick she was fixing. Oh, fuck, I don't think you can fix that.
Maybe she can get a new one.
But Ashley's at my side in an instant.
Bree, no, damn you, unjust universe!
Ashley, it's so cold.
Lie still, Bree. I won't let you die on me.
I'm not dying. The icing's just kind of cold and sticky and gross and in my pants somehow. How did it get in my pants?
Okay, well then,
But at this point, the lackadaisical parents have finally noticed the pastry wars and are busy rounding up combatants for various scoldings. Meanwhile, Naomi's near tears as she affixes an out-of-order sign to the screen with sticky tape. It feels like pulling a death shroud over it.
Aww.
I just fixed this game. And I've got icing in my hair and my work apron. Ugh. Back to the workshop, I guess. Wouldn't want to plug it back in like this. There might be an electrical short. Okay, so you could still fix it. Sorry, my body's not really wide enough to cover both of you properly. I don't think your job contract covers cupcake defense, so you did more than you had to. I don't blame you. Now, where's that dolly? Figuring it's the least I can do, I quickly help her move the game to the back room. Naomi follows to get cracking on repairs.
wow, they really got to you, didn't they?
What if?
Oh, hey, I wonder if you have superpowers now?
I'm Cupcake Man. What?
Well, most superheroes have some tragic accident in their backstory, one which gives them abilities beyond that of mortal man.
Let's see.
That plot armor, does that
Yeah.
count?
Young Bree Cheese, a shiftless and directionless 20-something, cut down in their prime by a cupcake onslaught, wakes up the next day with strength and speed of a cupcake.
Wouldn't that be a downgrade?
Wait, no, that doesn't work. No, instead they can summon cupcakes to their bidding.
Okay, that's a little bit better, but still not great.
Together with an army of sugary delights, they fight crime. Coming this fall from Marvel Studios. What do you think?
I think you're about to get sued. Amazingly, I think that might actually sell. Or I like it. Greenlight it and have Zack Snyder direct. Or All That Fame and Fortune, I'd burn out in a year.
I like the green light it.
No.
That's cute.
Yeah, okay, let's be bold about it. Get Zack Snyder to direct and have Chris Pratt and Naomi Watts star with Gilbert Gottfried as Cuppy the Talking Cupcake.
Oh my god, yes. You sure your true calling isn't movie
It
production?
fucking might be. Of something I haven't talked about on this channel yet. But anyway,
I'll have my people call your people and they'll all do lunch.
they'll do all the lunch.
They'll do all of the lunch. But seriously.
Thank you.
Thanks. You didn't have to take that mess for me, but you did, and I really appreciate it. I'll cover the floor a little extra while you go change, okay? We'll talk later.
No problem. See ya. With a brief nod from Gavin, I snatched one of the official Funplex t-shirts to replace my cupcake top. After a few minutes in the bathroom to change and wipe icing off my pants, I'm
And in
ready to
my
go
pants.
again. And in my pants. 2 problems in the can. Now to deal with that crying kid by the skee-ball machine. Shit, she's gone. Ah, crap. Percy looks up briefly from clearing level 78 of movie. Looking for that girl?
Oh, right.
I think her parents took her home. Party turned sour for her, I suppose.
Oops, I was Percy.
Okay. Drat, I wasn't fast enough.
You can't be everywhere at once, Bree. Cheer up, love. You're still doing better than the last guy who stood at your post.
Seconded. I saw you deal with that obnoxious parent and with the cupcake war. You did well today. Seeing Gavin actually smiling is weird, but I'm not gonna say no to praise from my sub-boss. Things seem to be cooling down. I suggest you take a few minutes in the break room where there's still a lull in the action. Ashley and I will handle things for now, and she can swap off when you come back.
Right.
Percy ducks out of the conversation without actually moving anywhere, refocusing on his game. Cool. Yeah, I could use a few minutes. Thanks, Gavin. I'll be right back. I slip away and headed for the employee
there's
lounge.
a kid in here.
Yeah, stop with the spoilers, man.
Sorry.
What? Dude. What a day. Quirky coworkers, diehard pro gamers, volatile kids, getting into volatile situations. I'd say it's a recipe for wackiness or some such cliche, but nothing's an easily dismissed cliche when it's happening to you directly. Frankly, I'm exhausted. I dropped down into one of the cheap folding metal chairs in the employee break room, groaning and rolling my head back to try to work the kinks out of my sore shoulders. And I spotted an upside down kid. Huh. Oh, wait, I'm upside down. I sit and turn around instead. Better. Wait, what's a kid doing back here? Hey, I think he was hoping I wouldn't notice him.
Hi,
Hi, and you are?
Mikey.
Okay, that's a start. Hi, Mikey. My name's Bree. So, what are you doing back here? This is an employees only area. Wait, there's a keypad. How'd you get in?
The guy at the desk.
It's like Ashley's story.
Yeah.
he,
You
hol-
dropped this.
he holds out a piece of paper with the door code written on it. Huh, score 1 for Ashley's wild storytelling being more fact than fiction.
You called it.
Yeah. Okay, but you can't stay back here. It's, well, I don't see any knives or stabbing implements left out in the open, so I guess it's technically safe, but...
Please don't send me back out there.
Oh. Well, this is curious. I lean in so we can be on the same eye level. Is something wrong? You can tell me. I work here. I'm the person who solves problems.
No problems. Just don't want to go out there.
Don't you want to play with your friends? He gives me the most cynical, bitter laugh I've ever heard out of a
I
kindergartner.
don't got any friends. I don't know anybody here. My family just moved to the city. And before that, we lived in another city. And one more before that, but it was too little to remember. Mom told me to come to the party anyway, and I didn't want to, but she took me anyway. And then she left because she's got to work.
New kid in town, huh? He nods, mutely. Still, I should have busted him there and then. Brought him back out to the party where the other parents could supervise him. I should have told Gavin. I should have enforced the rules of the arcade. But, okay, kid. I won't tell him you. If you want to stay back here for the rest of the party, I'll keep you company.
Thanks. You really won't tell my mom?
Nah.
Why? I thought you'd want to make me go. You're an adult, like Mom.
Hey, I wasn't always an adult. I was a kid once, too. The new kid in town, in fact.
You were the new kid?
Yeah, although for me that started happening back when I was 10. Again and again, moving from town to town, school to school, never really making any friends, not for years. Mom and Dad kept losing jobs and taking new ones, worse ones. They'd be working all day long, too tired when they came home to do much of anything. After years and years of this, I stopped hoping things would get better. I decided I'd just take what I could get. I'd go with the flow.
What's that mean?
It means you don't care. Some things are good, some things are bad, but you don't care. You just do what you have to do without really being sad over it.
But that sounds so sad. You weren't sad? It's sad you never care about anything, right?
Huh. I guess I was sad. I just told myself I wasn't going to be sad, even though I really was. And then I bite my tongue hard.
I should be paying this kid for the therapy he's giving me.
Right? Because my little involuntary trip down memory lane was not helping this kid out. Wouldn't have helped little Bree out if an adult did this for me. So instead, I decided to be the adult that little Bree would have needed. Oh, that's a lot of options. Hey, it could be totally worse. Aliens could attack. It won't always be this bad. Life has its ups and downs. Your mommy loves you. That's why she works hard. But this won't beat you, right? You're a tough kid. You take the time you need. I'll stay with you.
I'm like stuck between the basic and the
Yeah,
care
I was
and
actually
the,
just
and the
thinking this
equal
one, but yeah, me too. Like these are my two options too. Want to rock paper
Libra.
scissors?
Yeah, when the
I'll be
Libra shows
Libra,
up.
you be Taurus. Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock
Oh,
paper
wait.
scissors shoot.
Okay.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. Okay, so you're Taurus. We'll do. You take the time you need. I'll stay with you. You know what helps me when I'm sad? Peace and quiet. That's why you came back here, right? All the beeps and boops, the kids laughing, all the craziness. It's too much. But that's okay. If you need a quiet moment, I'll be right here with you.
Okay.
We sit there in silence for a time. I flip through my phone, but only half-heartedly. I want to be ready if he wants to talk. For a few minutes, he's okay with tugging at his shoelaces and looking at the floor.
I don't know what to do.
Hmm?
Everybody's having fun. I don't know how. I don't know how to make friends and have fun. I can't even try it. I just mess it up.
It's tricky, that's for sure. But there's a good thing about going with the flow, too. It's not always sad. Think of it like, okay, imagine a cup of water.
Huh?
A cup of water. What happens when you pour it into a bowl? Is the water still shaped like a cup?
That's silly. It's bowl-shaped.
Exactly. People can be like water, too. You know how to be quiet and peaceful. Now you just need to know how to flow. Watch the kids out there. Watch who they talk to. Listen to what they talk about. And when you hear something you can talk about, when it looks like they want to talk but have nobody to talk to, that's when you can have some fun. I promise you, some of the kids out there are just as sad. They want to have fun, don't know how. You could be the friend they need. And Mikey's smiling. Not a big goofy grin, not the high of happiness, just simple understanding.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go back to the party. And I'll be a cup of water.
I take his hand to lead him back out to the main room. And off he goes. I'm not full of myself. I know I haven't fixed all Mikey's problems. I'm not a child psychologist, but that was entirely me flying by the seat of my pants. But from one moment there, I was able to help someone in the same crappy situation I found myself long ago. 15 years ago. Everything changed. No more family vacations, no more arcade visits. We just couldn't afford them. and they couldn't take time off work. The whole Cheese family had to learn to settle, to accept the lot in life we'd been dealt, to simply go with the flow, never hoping, never wanting. Juniper did her best to pull me out of that mire. I'd only known her for a few years, one of the few stable times in my life, but she knew the edge I'd been pushed to. Now, here I am. Today has been, well, bonkers. Alternately boring and hectic, surreal and way too real. But I can honestly say I'm more alive today than I have been in a very, very long time.
Beep beep. Beep beep beep.
Hmm?
My emotional voice analysis subroutines combined with your body language suggest you're happy right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I am. How'd you know?
I just told you, silly.
I mean, how did you know I love this job so much?
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's easy. I didn't.
What?
I lied. I was 47%
Yeah,
sure.
she was fucking lying the whole
Oh
time,
my
but
God.
like, you miss every shot you don't take, right?
I guess.
So, go ahead.
Oh, it has elements that seem to click with your optimal social requirements. A fun atmosphere, spirited coworkers, helping people out, and so on. Also, I cross-referenced your roommate's postings talking about how much you enjoyed arcade visits when you were a kid. Still, 47%.
99.97%.
Sure that
No,
if I,
okay.
but I was 99.97% sure that if I said I was 99.97% sure, you'd be willing to give it a try.
That's an excellent point.
That's manipulation.
Yes, it is, but, like, how do you get mad about something like that when it worked out? It's really hard to say. Like, this is where the cliche, the ends justify the means, comes from. But what did we have to lose?
Yeah, nothing.
Right. We didn't have anything to lose. Like, it wouldn't have hurt us if it didn't work out. We'd just be back to square one looking again.
Yeah.
So yeah, she lied to us, but like I'd consider that like a good thing because like 47% is less than half. If this character is supposed to be based around like us, our whole generation, right? And I don't know, I'd be less psyched about something that's less than half, even though 47% is a fucking lot for whether this is your dream job or not. That's a really good deal, but it's less than half. I would have been less psyched about it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So
I'd have been less
it's like
willing to
reverse
go
psychology.
try. Yeah, exactly. So she was like, that's an more accurate statistic.
Mm.
So yeah, another thing to thank Juniper for, I guess. You're a very weird little app, you know?
Hooray!
I try to be. She's like proud of it.
I recognize this music. This is the chapter end. From the cars pulling up in the parking lot, it looks like the party's over. It's just about closing time for the arcade anyway. Most of the gamers have filed out by now, and if they hadn't, already fled the tidal wave of kiddies. My first impulse is to go bug Gavin about my paperwork, but I can wait. I'd rather go help someone with the tidying up, or maybe see how our VIP gamers are doing. Not enough time to run around checking in with everyone, though, so who do I want to hang out with?
I'd say cleaning up is like paramount to everything.
Ashley's quietly repairing her costume, Naomi's prying gum out of a coin slot and looks ready to cry, Queen Bee is packing up her gear ready to go home, Teo's cooling down in some fast cars 5, Percy's finished his movie game and is ready to leave.
I vote Naomi. We left her hanging earlier.
We didn't leave her hanging. She can fix it. It would have been way harder to fix Ashley's
No, I
costume,
just
I
mean
think.
like she decided to like take the machine back to the room herself so she could go have a cry when like we could have helped her put it on the dolly or something.
We did. We did put it on the dolly and we moved it into the room with her and then came back out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's canon. So Naomi definitely looks like she could use a hand. Someone jammed bright pink bubble gum into a fucking coin slot and she's trying to clear the sticky mess out. How could they do this to poor innocent little Cubert? Hey, need a hand? Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, work on the second player slot for me. I've got swabs and stuff in my kit there. Just grab what you need.
How frustrating.
Honestly, the nerve of those kids. No respect at all for these games. Games aren't like chew-proof, machine-washable baby toys. They're delicate and deserve love and care. But they are toys, right? Well, yeah. I mean, of course. Just, they're also works of art. I know not everybody sees it that way. Back in the 80s, operators would just throw away games that didn't perform well anymore. In the end, an arcade has to make money. That means using and abusing a game until it's time to put it out to pasture. But I don't have to like it, right? Yeah, definitely not. Stand up for games rights. Or, the kids had a lot of fun. They're not all mean. Or, how long does a game last, realistically?
Honestly, either the top one or the bottom one for me, because, even though that's
The first one feels sarcastic.
I mean, yeah, it feels like you're trying to joke with her and make her feel better, but maybe it's not appropriate.
If it was the little smiley face one,
yeah,
that might be more appropriate, but
The-
bold with that sounds like
Yeah.
you're being sarcastic.
yeah, the second one seems like we're, invalidating
Not all
her
kids.
emotions.
Right.
So, maybe the basic one.
Yeah, let's go with basic again. So, if every day a game is running, it loses a bit of its finite lifespan. How long before they just can't be saved? I don't know much about the hardware, but given your favorites are from the 80s, it seems like they can go a long time. Well, with the proper upkeep and repairs, as long as parts are still available or can be fixed up with modern components, a very long time, indeed. And I'll be here for as long as they'll have me to keep my games up and playing. But you're right about being realistic. I need to be realistic too. I know this isn't a museum. We aren't preserving priceless treasures for generations to come. Sometimes I treat it like my little private collection, but really, I do want people to play and enjoy these games. And that does wear them down in time. As long as I'm here, I'll pick up a game when it wobbles on its feet. Dust it off, straighten it up, and send it out there to be played with all over again. And with the last of the gum pulled out of the coin slot, Naomi closes up her toolbox. I should probably pull the coin mechs entirely and give them a good cleaning tomorrow, but I didn't want to let the gum sit overnight. I'm heading home soon. I'll see you tomorrow, right? You got it, Naomi.
Woohoo!
Great! With things winding down, there's just one last thing to take care of before I'm out the door. I seek out Gavin to handle the remains of the day. Bree. Good work today. Thanks, boss. Mid-boss? Sub-boss? Gavin will do. I can't say you've been a perfect employee, but my standards are impossibly high, so I'll just assume you were as close to perfect as is reasonable.
Ooh,
What
that
a
right, though?
what a great fucking way to phrase that. But my standards are way too high, so... Unfortunately, the cost of cleaning our carpets and games after the cupcake assault will be a chunk of change. But I suppose you did all you could there. Normally, I'd have dealt with angry parents myself, but I was distracted. I've only second-hand accounts of your performance there, but... allowing Queen Bee to yell at the customers is questionable at best. She's volatile. I'd rather you have handled that one on your own, all told. He's right, though. We probably should have not involved the other customers, even though they're VIPs. And I'm not pleased that you sold our Moopy for only $1,000, not $3,000, as I'd requested. Gavin, we only paid $200 for that game. I'd be ripping off a customer. A customer with exceptionally deep pockets, and one who squats on that game all day, spending only a handful of change in the process. He has a point.
Yeah.
The guy is rich. If anything, $3,000 is what we'd need to make up the lost profit from Percy being so Moopy obsessed. What's more, why is it still here is a good question. Was I not clear I wanted it gone? Percy didn't want to break up the family. They're machines, not people. Oh, fuck you, Gavin.
Yeah.
He also didn't want Naomi to be sad. Yes, well, Naomi needs to learn to let go. I'd say. Well, that's you.
Are you giving our poor little Brie a hard time, Gavin, dear?
Miss Rosine, I thought you were napping.
Let's be sensible.
Naomi's dream matters too, as does the dream of Percy, that poor fellow.
Poor? Isn't Percy like stinking rich?
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
Gavin, I know you mean well, wanting to keep everyone's dreams afloat, but sacrifices made in that name which shatters the dreams of others, well, that's not what the Funplex is all about. Bree, you understand, yes? The reason why?
Why am I here? That's the question she asked me during that interview. Now, I think I understand. I came here today looking for hope. Hope I could do more with my life than compromise, settle for what I can get, and go with the flow. Everybody I've met today is full of hope. Gamers chasing scores, people following their passions. Nobody here is willing to give up on their dreams. Not even you, Gavin. You know we're better than this, Gavin. We don't settle. We chase after our hopes and dreams, and we won't accept anything less.
Okay, this is weird because you're the new employee. You shouldn't be talking like you know everything yet. That's just kind of weird to me.
Right, but it's okay. I see. Bree, Miss Francine, I apologize. It's difficult to balance my idealism against my realism some days, but I know in my heart that I need to err on the side of idealism, even if my mind screams in protest. I can assume you are still keen to work here, Bree. I don't even hesitate before replying. Absolutely. Gavin fetches a nearby short stack of forms. Fill these out tonight, hand them in to me first thing tomorrow morning. And welcome to the Funplex.
Welcome to the family, I'd say. I'm sure you'll fit in just fine, Bree.
Awesome. One bus ride later and it's home again, jiggity jig. Juniper, already home from work, bounds over eagerly to interrogate me on my day.
So, how'd it go?
It went well?
Well or well?
Really well. Your little app came through. Despite being terrifyingly omniscient and just a little bit unnerving.
You forgot to mention adorable.
That's wonderful! I'm so glad to hear things worked out, and you even came home with a smile, like when you were a lifeguard.
Huh, I guess I am smiling. Interesting.
By the way, there's just one teensy-weensy little question I have for you. What exactly?
God damn it.
Did I neglect to mention that part of the terms and conditions?
On the plus side, I know what I'm having lunch tomorrow.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Oh, God. Ha 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 ha.
And that's level 1 of Arcade Spirits. Complete. Hey, look! You also won a prize! You'll get one of these for each level you clear, plus some extras for various endings and other hidden thingies. Now, let's check your score. Looks like you and Ashley are having some good times. You're proving to be gentle, sweet, and compassionate. Also, you've scored 6,300 points. Nice. Keep talking with people and your score will go up, up, up. Today's pizza fact: Americans eat approximately 100 acres of pizza each day, or 350 slices per second. Wow! Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 2?
Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and save that on this empty slot. And that's chapter 1, folks. I hope you're enjoying this game because I fucking love this game. I keep saying this, but I'm not usually one for virtual novels or visual novels or dating sims either. But this game it speaks to me in a weird way, and I hope it speaks to you too, because I want to keep playing it on this channel. And we will keep playing it, as a matter of fact, and we will play chapter 2 in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you soon.